Oh my god, dude. Call of Duty is a big joke right now. You know that? Warzone 2 is a flop. Modern Warfare 2 is now turning into a flop now that everybody's taking off their stupid ass glasses thinking that this game was going to be the next iteration of Jesus Christ himself. This game sucks. And you know what the worst part of it is? We can't even go back and play Modern Warfare 2, the OG Modern Warfare 2 on PC because you risk getting your computer completely hacked and everything stolen in it. Or you can't play it on old gen consoles because literally every lobby is a modded lobby and there's literally no player base. The XLab stuff was our last like bastion for people that wanted to go play those OG Call of Duties like MW2. You can't play Black Ops 3 anymore because the same people behind XLab preemptively shut that down. And you want to know what the fucking ice on the cake is? You literally cannot play Cold War right now. You can, but it poses a risk, especially if you're a streamer. Let's talk about it. Charlie Intel recently tweeted out, there's currently an exploit going on in Black Ops Cold War on all platforms, PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. Is it on the Switch too? I don't know anymore. Where a person can gain access to a player's IP, crash their game, or potentially cause other issues. There's currently no indication of it happening on MW2 or Warzone 2. Those games have their own problems too. Activision has not addressed this, nor have they stated they are aware of this problem. So for the time being, it would be best to avoid Cold War till fixed. There's not a single Call of Duty game for the past 20 years that is playable. COD is not safe. You literally can't enjoy Call of Duty anymore. Now the chances of this issue happening to you, I don't know, like who knows what the chances of that are? Why would I even want to take the risk? I made a Cold War video the other day, which is going to be going up after this video, by the way, but I wanted to make this now to get it out there and get it addressed because people need to be aware of this. And it's honestly pretty fucking insane that we can't enjoy a single Call of Duty now. MW2 and MW19, if you like either of those games for some reason, are just plagued with hackers. MW19, you can't find a search and destroy lobby without it being full of cheaters. Same with the other game modes, I assume. I haven't touched that game in a very long time, but I've watched Jeb, Dismo, Marksman, all those people try to play the game and it's full of hackers and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not even enjoyable anymore. Warzone 2 is starting to get its hacker issue once again, especially in ranked play. MW2 rank, once you get to Crimson, Iridescent, and those higher up ranks, it's full of cheaters. There are people in the top 250 of this rank system. By the way, we have a $300 million franchise league with players in this top 250, but in this top 250 there are cheaters everywhere. There was a big Warzone streamer who just got announced as a cheater. His name is Cypress, I think. He just got announced that he's a cheater. What the fuck are we supposed to do? What is Call of Duty supposed to do? I built this channel personally to make Call of Duty content because I love making Call of Duty content. We can't play BO3, we can't play classic Call of Duties anymore, we can't play Cold War, which is in my opinion the best Call of Duty we've had out of the last 4, and I will die on that hill. And if you want to enjoy the actual competitiveness of MW2, it's the least competitive Call of Duty we've ever had. No red dots, no dead silence. You can sound whore like an absolute mad lad. And for the people that don't know what sound whoring is, it's not just sitting there listening for footsteps. It's literally sitting in a corner the entire game waiting for people to come around the corner because you can completely hear them across the map. It's absurd. Being able to hear is not a problem in a video game, but the level that you can sound whore in this game is just stupid. Call of Duty is meant to be a run around, get into gunfights kind of game. Even MW2 doesn't sound like that. Otherwise, why would you be able to run if it was meant to be a tactical game? I don't care what anybody says. We can't enjoy Call of Duty anymore. It's so hard to even watch the franchise league because the game just sucks. It's not an enjoyable game. Now you can't even go back and enjoy Cold War, which is arguably the most stable out of the last 4 Call of Duties, and Treyarch made it in 6 months. Yeah, it had some issues with like content on launch, but for the most part the game fundamentally worked. What's funny is that game had hackers on launch too. I don't get it. I don't really understand what's going on with COD and Activision and all these idiots over there at that company that are fucking this entire franchise up. But I hope that this Microsoft deal that I'm so tired of seeing people even tweet about because it just sounds like it's a bunch of nothing being thrown into the atmosphere. I hope it does something. Because they don't even want you to play their games anymore. I just read a tweet that said that, but that's factual. They don't want you to even play the game anymore. We were supposed to get a second year of this game, and it sucks so bad, or they saw the billions that they made and decided, well, let's just make another fucking game. Fuck it. We don't need to make this an expansion. Throw it aside. It's done. It's dusted. It's a product. We are no longer players. We are literally numbers. We're not customers. We are a fucking number. We are a statistic. They don't care. They only want the money. And I feel bad for the developers, honestly. Like, I know for a fact that there are a lot of these systems, skill-based matchmaking specifically and all that stuff, or the engagement-based matchmaking, which we'll talk about in a moment. I know they don't want to include all this shit in the game, especially Treyarch, because they always try to make a quality Call of Duty no matter what Activision tries to tell them to do. They've always tried to make a quality Call of Duty. I don't get it. I really don't get it. The engagement-based matchmaking patent thing that I've seen people talk about honestly makes sense. And from what I understand, it's basically the game, if you get like a skin and you buy a skin, it'll match you up against noobs and other shitty players to basically kind of try to entice them into buying the cool skin that you got. I've heard it's patented. I've seen a couple of like references and sources and stuff related to this, but to be frank, I don't know how much about it is real or if it's actually believable, because there were a lot of people going around saying like they patent like skill-based damage and all that shit. I don't really know how much of it's real. I wouldn't be surprised with how heavy they monetize these games. Like, we got a battle pass this season rather. Season 3, we got 2 battle passes, a standard one and a $30 one. What the fuck is this shit? It's a joke. It's a literal joke, and it sucks. I want to play Call of Duty. I want to stream Call of Duty. I want to stream Warzone with my friends when I'm playing, but it gets increasingly harder to even just want to support them. And it might come off as a lot of bitching. Really, it's just a lot of bitching because we're tired of this shit, man. Like, come on. We used to enjoy these games for the fun of what they were. Even when BO3 had all of its, you know, supply drops and shit, the core part of the game was still completely playable and enjoyable, and it wasn't just stupid for no reason. It wasn't changed for the sake of change. Yeah, they added jetpacks, but it wasn't taking away your dead silences and your red dots and making suppressors meaningless and adding tuning and all this other shit. And I know for a fact 90% of people that play this game have looked up some guide for their gun or something. Now, I respect anybody that builds their own gun and tests things. I've done it a few times here and there. I don't know why I'm going in this direction with this. The tuning shit I hate. I don't get it. It's too much. It's far too much. I have 80, 90, 100 attachments per gun or some shit now, and I have to figure out how many 0.5 whatever increases or decreases my recoil, and I have to figure all that shit out, dude. We don't even get numbers in the game that explain like what these changes do, or like how much of a difference certain attachments make to like your ADS-B, your recoil. We don't even get numbers. It's such a bare bones COD. I watched Jev even do a spectating Warzone video earlier today, and he can't even look at the mini map to see where the circles are going or where the players are going. None of that shit. How did we downgrade this fucking far? But now we can't even play Call of Duties. You're gonna get hacked, or you're gonna just constantly run into cheaters. I don't fucking know, bro.